In 1951, the Open Championship was played at Royal Portrush Golf Club.
The Open Golf Championship, fought out at Royal Portrush, County Antrim, ended in a British win. Max Faulkner, 34-year-old unattached professional, was unperturbed by the weather or the strong competition he was up against. It's reported that he'd backed himself to win, and win he certainly did, with an aggregate of 285. Here's his last putt. Two strokes better than Cerda of Argentina, Faulkner's was a fine performance, well worthy of trophy and congratulations.
In 2019, a return will be made to Royal Portrush Golf Club for the 148th Open. Since 1951, the Open's grown in stature and, of course, scale. It is now one of the world's largest sporting events, attracting more than 200,000 people during Open Week. Of course, the infrastructure required to accommodate a sporting event of that size places enormous demands on space at the venues. At Royal Portrush, initial investigations by the R&A revealed that the only way in which the spectator village could be accommodated would be to use the existing 17th and 18th holes. In fact, if these holes could be released, the area would make an ideal location for the village. However, where to find two new holes to replace the 17th and 18th? And how could the members be convinced to make such a dramatic change to their treasured golf course? Royal Portrush is in fact blessed with two great courses: the Dunluce, where the Open will be played, and the Valley. Relinquishing two holes in the Valley would mean that two incredible new holes could be built on the Dunluce links, while still allowing the design of excellent replacement holes on the Valley. This concept showed how the Open could return to Royal Portrush, but the members still had to be persuaded that such a significant change was appropriate. Harry Colt's 1932 redesign of the course prompted Bernard Darwin to write that Colt had built himself a monument more enduring than brass. How could such a wonderful course be changed? Mackenzie and Ebert, the club's golf course architects, undertook a study of the evolution of the course. This revealed that when Harry Colt designed his course in 1932, the clubhouse was in a completely different location, 1,200 yards from the current clubhouse. Along with that original clubhouse location, Harry Colt's Dunluce course had lost its original 1st and 18th holes, proof that all courses evolve. Would Harry Colt advocate the change being made today? One can only speculate, but the historic study made showed that change is not new at Royal Portrush. With the prize of the Open, and indeed the improvement of the Dunluce course on offer, the members voted unanimously to approve the changes. The first hole at Royal Portrush immediately presents the player with evidence of the many elevation changes to be encountered, with the second shot playing up to a plateau green, site of many testing flag positions. Just 2 bunkers are to be added. The par 5 second hole is to be strengthened with a new fairway bunker, but the main bolstering of its defences comes in the form of a new green some 40 yards further back. Harry Colt's existing green has tremendous contours, and these will be replicated for the new green. No significant changes are planned for the 3rd and 4th, but the stunning 5th, named White Rocks, after its view of the White Cliffs, is to have 3 fairway bunkers added, which will demand greater accuracy from the tee. The green, perched above the white strand with the out-of-bounds close by, is one of the most dramatic settings in world golf. After the par 3 6th hole, the golfers will now walk to the right to the tees of a new par 5. The hole plays down into a huge valley in the dunes, past a recreation of the Big Nelly bunker, and then snakes its way up again to a green which will be a perfect amphitheatre for open spectating. The second of the new holes, the par 4 8th, will be no less spectacular. The tee shot has to carry a chasm to reach the safety of the fairway, which will be gently moulded from the dunes. The further left the drive, the shorter the shot will be into the green. This will be perched across a deep swale in the approach with a severe bank falling away to its left. The 15th, named Skerries after the islands offshore, will have a bunker added to the fairway, but no changes to one of Harry Colt's finest greens. When it comes to the dramatic 16th, the name Calamity says it all. A new back tee will extend the hole to a maximum of 230 yards. No need for any bunkers. This is followed by the drivable par 4 17th, but its name Purgatory suggests that anything can happen on this hole. The 18th hole will be given a new back tee to encourage the use of the driver on the final hole of the Open. The landing area is wide, but only by flirting with the historic out of bounds on the left of the hole will the player have the best view towards the green. The hole provides a fitting finish to a wonderful and true links test. It will be a real festival of golf when the Open returns to Royal Portrush and to Ireland in 2019. Irish golfers have excelled on the world stage over the past decade, and that too has been a factor in the Open returning to Royal Portrush.
You know, I would see in 2019, not that you need it at an Open, but the whole community will be involved. Everybody would be wanting to be at the Open Championship, and I would suggest, you know, it'd be second to no other tournament when it comes to support and atmosphere around an event. I think anybody who's played it or anybody who gets to watch the Open in 2019 will really fall in love with this golf course, because, you know, what's not to like about it?
So I'm excited, you know, as a local who's grown up there to see what's going to happen with the golf course, and you know, when the day does come in 2019 and those grandstands go up, it's going to be a very proud moment, and you know, hoping to be there, of course. You know, I guess I'll be turning 40 that year, but I'll be expecting to be there, and you know, to win a Claret Jug in my hometown, it would be you know, dream come true stuff.
The champion. Royal Portrush is one of my favourite golf courses in the world. I think growing up I was pretty spoiled to have Royal Portrush and Royal County Line right on my doorstep, and I didn't realise how good they were until I'd spend a bit of time away, and then I'd come back and play the golf course, and just you know the layout, the scenery, you know, everything. It's spectacular. So to hear that the Open's going to be going there in 2019 is, I guess, a dream come true for me. I never thought that I was going to be able to play an Open Championship at home. So for that to be a possibility, I'm really excited about it.
There's a lot of golf courses around there. It's a big golfing community. So yeah, it should be a great week and a great place to have the Open.
I think they will come, they will watch the tournament, and they'll leave thinking it's one of the best events they've ever been to watch. To be able to have the Open Championship, the biggest, best tournament in the world, coming to my home club that I've been a proud member of for a very long time, where I play, where my replica trophy is on show in a cabinet as soon as you walk into Royal Portrush, to get the biggest and best tournament in the world is such a huge honour and a privilege for Royal Portrush. And you know, like all the other members, which I am, of Portrush, we all can't wait for the Open to get there, because it will be a week to remember for everybody.
Could one of these great Irish players provide a fairy tale ending to the 148th Open at Royal Portrush?